The first major twist in the finale comes from the shooting of Roy McCorkle. Officially, Detective Pete Marino killed him in self-defense after the suspect attacked him during a raid. The story spreads quickly among the police and the media. The narrative is clean and simple. A serial killer is dead and the case is over. But the truth is far more complicated. Scarpetta reveals that she actually killed McCorkle before Marino even arrived. During their confrontation, she smashed a ceramic plate into his neck, crushing his windpipe and killing him instantly. When Marino showed up afterward, he realized what had happened. To protect Scarpetta and possibly himself, he fired bullets into the corpse and constructed a new version of events. From that moment forward, they were both tied to the same lie. Scarpetta is then forced into an impossible situation. As the medical examiner performing the autopsy, she must falsify her own report to support the story. The problem is that the body tells a different truth. The crushed windpipe reveals that McCorkle died from blunt trauma before the gunshots. Every cut of the scalpel reminds her that the official story is a fabrication. This lie becomes the moral center of the episode. Scarpetta isn't just solving a case anymore, she is living inside a crime she helped create. While the police celebrate the death of McCorkle, Scarpetta quietly believes something is wrong. The evidence doesn't fully connect him to all of the murders. Another suspect, Jinx Slater, has already been arrested for one of the killings, creating even more confusion. Scarpetta becomes convinced that the investigation has missed something critical. Her instincts prove correct. As new clues surface, including strange connections between victims and an experimental program, the case begins pointing towards someone much closer to the investigation than anyone expected. The killer isn't a random stranger, he is someone who's been present throughout the entire investigation. The biggest reveal in the finale arrives when Officer Ryan visits Scarpetta. At first, the meeting seems ordinary. Ryan had previously worked alongside investigators, helping the police gather information about the murders, but the conversation quickly takes a dark turn. Ryan calmly confesses that he is the serial killer. The revelation is chilling because of how casually he explains it. According to him, the murders began after he saw a victim's body years earlier. Something about the experience awakened a fascination with death and control. Each killing became a twisted experiment. Ryan even describes one of the murders as perfect, revealing how he viewed the crimes not as acts of violence but as a form of craftsmanship. But the most disturbing part of his confession is the reason he did it. He claims he committed the murders to impress Scarpetta. In his warped mind, the killings were meant to demonstrate his intelligence and skill to the woman he admired. He believed she would recognize his work. To Ryan, the murders were not just crimes, they were messages. Once Ryan reveals the truth, the situation becomes deadly. He attacks Scarpetta inside her home, attempting to overpower her and finish the twisted confrontation he's imagined for years. The fight becomes brutal and desperate. Scarpetta manages to grab a baseball bat and fights back, eventually knocking Ryan down the stairs. When he reaches the bottom, she delivers the final blows, crushing his skull to stop him. The moment is violent and shocking, but it also mirrors a dark event from the past involving Ryan's family and Scarpetta. History repeats itself in the most horrifying way possible. Scarpetta survives, but the victory comes at a terrible cost. She has now killed 2 men connected to the case. While the murder investigation unravels, Scarpetta's personal life is falling apart. Her marriage to Benton Wesley reaches a breaking point after a tense confrontation. During their argument, Benton reveals disturbing aspects of his personality and admits he wants a divorce. Scarpetta quietly accepts. At the same time, Pete Marino faces his own crisis when his wife forces him to choose between his loyalty to Scarpetta and his marriage. This time, Marino chooses his wife. For the first time in years, Scarpetta loses the 2 people who have stood beside her through countless investigations. The isolation is complete. Even after Ryan's death, the finale leaves several mysteries unresolved. Maggie approaches Scarpetta with dangerous information about past crimes and possible corruption tied to another powerful figure. She offers to expose him, but only if Scarpetta protects her identity. At the same time, other evidence suggests that the murders may be connected to a larger conspiracy involving medical experiments and powerful institutions. The case may be closed on paper, but the truth appears far more complicated. The final moments of the episode create one last unsettling question. After Scarpetta kills Ryan in self-defense, someone appears to witness the scene. The show deliberately hides the identity of that person. In a montage showing every major character's location at that moment, one person is absent, Maggie. That absence strongly suggests she may be the one who walked in. If Maggie truly saw what happened, it gives her enormous power over Scarpetta. She already knows about the earlier cover-up involving McCorkle, and now she may have evidence of another killing. Scarpetta could be facing blackmail, exposure, or something even worse. The finale of Scarpetta isn't just about catching a serial killer, it's about the consequences of truth and deception. Scarpetta spends the entire episode trapped between two realities, the official version of events that protects her career and the darker truth she carries inside. By the end, she does stop the serial killer, but the cost is enormous. Her marriage is gone, her closest ally has walked away, and someone may now hold the power to destroy her life. The case may be closed, but Scarpetta's real nightmare is only just beginning.